And it's time for parenting. Now, we did talk a little bit on parenting in the kitchen today, and I get really passionate about parenting topics because I feel like there's so much more we could do as parents. And today we'll be discussing how we as parents can make sure our kids have a lot more fun this summer. Now, it's a long summer holiday, the first summer holiday since the lockdown, actually, and for many kids, it's going to end in September. With us, we have Ochuko Daniels, a dynamic entrepreneur and professional early childhood practitioner. Welcome back to the show.
My pleasure.
All right, now, I'm all about fun, but I'm also all about convenience, I would love to, get down on the floor with my kids and play with them all the time, but I know I'm not going to have that much time to do so all the time. So this summer, what are the things you advise parents should do?
Okay, so you really want to follow your child,
okay,
because they are the only ones who can show you their interests.
Okay.
And where you have their interest, they become fulfilled.
Okay.
And not just that, when they do the right task or the right activities, they develop executive function skills. What if I tell you your child will not crave for screen or video games this summer if you do the right stuff with them?
Okay.
So I say, in Montessori, we usually say follow the child, and that's creating a lot of activities that will help the child reveal himself to you. Yeah, so they can develop those skills and be set up for success and happiness in life.
So the sort of society we grew up in wasn't the kind of environment where parents ask the kids their opinion at all. It's always been a case of, I want you to do this. I want you to go to computer school. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. But what you're saying is Montessori style, let the child be your guide.
Exactly.
All right.
You've actually taken my point in that, because
okay.
I was going to say, first thing first, planning for summer. Your child is the chief planner.
Okay.
Yeah, so your child should actually be the first person to guide you onto the things that they want to do, he or she wants to do during the summer. So have a meeting. Can we plan for summer? What would you like to do this summer? And then your child is going to say a few things of their own interest. Sometimes, depending on the age of the child, they may not totally get it right. But as a parent, you know your child, and you can guide them in planning. When they plan, you give them the ability to take responsibility. Part of those executive function skills I speak about, prioritizing, planning, taking responsibility, all of those things actually help your child to develop great skills in life.
So I'm not sure about every other child right now, but I know mine have very elaborate ideas. Sometimes, in many cases, more elaborate than my pockets or our pockets. And some of these ideas might be expensive. So I know the average parent is probably thinking, this one that we want to ask the kids are going to ask for the whole world. But let's give parents some ideas that are not so brutal on our finances.
So you want to really bring it home.
Okay.
It's the summer, which is, in our own context, the long holiday period, is the best time to probably bring home a pet.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
That way you give them enough time to learn about the pet and kind of bond with the pet, learn and how to take care of the pet.
Okay.
In doing that, they're developing a lot of life skills that you may not even be aware of. I would say it's not a time to restrict your child to math lesson or some academic serious work, because in doing house chores, that's another point. You get them to do a lot of house chores. They plan and they carry out those house chores. In doing those, they're doing math, they're doing physics, aerodynamics, all of those very great academic things you want your children to learn. They actually learn it on an everyday life if you allow them. But I must warn that you don't just let your child do chores because you want to achieve these things. You let your child do chores by guiding them. In Montessori, we show, we don't tell. Because children are not open to a lot of heavy conversations. You show them. So you have to really be intentional. It's more like the way we do process in corporate organizations, the sales process, the customer service process. So you have to step-by-step guide on how,
It's
for
done,
example,
yeah.
to wash a napkin.
Okay.
Step-by-step guide on how to sweep a floor. Step-by-step guide on how to revamp your room or fix your room. So you also want to get the children to do group dates or dates with projects in mind.
Okay.
Like they have dates with their play dates, and then they build projects around those dates. That way they are focused, and they are able to set up a task and finish it.
Okay, what about these amazing summer camps that have sprung up everywhere? Now, there are a lot of these camps that come up, different organizations, different fields of interest. You know, what's your advice with regard to summer camps? Because that helps parents feel that the child is in a safe place.
I agree with you. That's what a lot of parents think. But I personally do not promote summers that are academic-based, because academic is every day.
Okay.
Yeah, we really should get our children to develop socially. Their social skill is more important than, because when you get all the academic stuff and you go out there, eventually they get frustrated because they've been doing the same thing over and over again. So summer camps, cooking classes, that's what we're doing at Moma Hill.
Amazing.
Cooking classes. Because of COVID, we can do swimming, but we have sewing classes. We have a bit of Montessori experience for non-Montessori children.
Amazing.
And we also have coding and robotics
so these
for older children.
Okay, so they're non-academic, but they're also interactive, and as you said earlier, building social skills with the kids. I have to say thank you once again, Prudence, for coming to talk to us. And I think it's a great idea for the kids to do something different this time. Let's put the books down for a bit, and parents, let's get more involved in what we have to do.